Hey everybody. Hola. How are you guys doing? Oh, well, you have arrived at a no politics, no election zone. We're just gonna chill. We're gonna keep it light, keep it fresh, keep it fun. We are gonna talk about voting. We're gonna do Goodreads voting. But welcome everybody. Let's see, what do I need to tell you? If you're watching this on playback, just so you know, it usually takes 12 to 24 hours before I can edit ads. So if that's going to irritate you, you may want to wait until then. Um, and I was going to try to do screen share, but I do my StreamYard in Firefox, and I think it's not going to be happy with me unless I do it in Chrome. So I'll try to experiment with that a different day. So I will possibly pull up, I'll browse the categories in my computer browser, but then maybe I'll show you guys my actual voting on my phone. Will you guys be even able to see that well? I don't even think you'll be able to see that well. Okay, so unfortunately I will not have a visual to share with you whilst we do this, but live and learn. Still learning all the ins and outs of ye old StreamYard. So anyway, hello everybody. Hi. Hello. Oh, it's a good strategy. Hey everybody. Let's see. Welcome. Yes, escapism for sure. I'm doing okay. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's see here. Yes, Goodreads elections. Yeah, I don't think that the phone is going to work, so. Okay, so let me mosey over to the so we should let me start with some caveats here. Okay. So I know that people don't like the Goodreads Awards, and I totally get it because there's this feeling of the Goodreads Awards really are basically a popularity contest, not a best of, because there's more people who have read a book that is popular than have not, and therefore are more likely to vote for that book than not. That is true. And it is annoying to some degree, but I think if you kind of just, I basically have released or let go the idea that this is truly a best of, and I've just accepted that it is a most popular. And I think this is me voting for what I would like to be the most popular. So I will vote in a category of books that I have not read if I know enough about one of the authors or books to feel like I want it to get some kind of extra recognition. So, some people I'm sure won't like that, but like, for instance, if I'm in a category and there's an author from an underrepresented group who I follow on Twitter or something and I like them and I don't have another book that I want to vote for, then I will go ahead and vote for it because I am a scofflaw and that's just how it is. So that's how I handle it. If I don't know anything about any of the books in the category, then I won't vote for it. But yeah, that's kind of how I roll. I don't take these too seriously because like it's all just subjective opinion. So people get really frothy about this particular topic and I just can't relate to it. I know, we all have our pet things that we get frothy about. This is just not one of mine. So okay, shout out to Howard the Duck. I've never actually seen it, though I have seen like things about it, and that looks like a trip. The 80s were quite a time. Oh, welcome. Yes, get your wine ready. Glad everybody is welcoming a distraction. Well, but it's like, again, what is best? Like, everybody uses the star system so differently. Like, some people only give 5 stars or 1 star. I don't know. Like, who even knows? I have purposely not, I've tried to not see what the nominees are so you guys can get my like hot reaction when I see it. So Um, oh, okay. Try to add own selection. Maybe I don't know. I've never done that. Maybe I will. Yeah, I think I just know that they're not going to actually make the ultimate list, so I think I just am lazy and don't do that. But that's fair enough. Several choices aren't even available to the public yet. What? That is bizarre. Okay. Huh. Yeah, it never has all of the people I think should be on there. Okay. Again, I'm sorry I can't actually show this to you, but I will narrate the process. Okay, so we're going into fiction. That's the first category, which I never know. I think that this is meant to just be like what I would describe as general fiction slash literary fiction slash like upmarket fiction slash book club fiction. Who even knows? Um, So I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So opening round nominees are Dear Edward by Anne Napolitano, The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel, My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell, Writers and Lovers by Lily King, Lester, a novel, Frederick Bachman, Anxious People, A Burning by Megha Mujumdar, Transcendent Kingdom by Yagasi, If I Had Your Face by Frances Cha, The Girl with the Louding Voice by Abby DeRay, Homeland Elegies by Ayad Akhtar, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, Jennifer Weiner, Big Summer, American Dirt. Wow. I am guess both surprised and not surprised that that made the list. And then Such a Fun Age by Keely Reed. Kylie Reed, sorry. Reading out loud is hard. Okay, so I have not read any of these, and I'm going to tell you that because I specifically don't want American Dirt to win, I am going to vote in this category, and I believe I'm going to vote for Such a Fun Age because that's actually on my TBR. It's one I would like to read. I also think just in solidarity of what happened with the Reading Rush book club this year, I feel like that might be a nice vote. So I think that's who I am going to vote for. But I actually didn't read any of these, which is unsurprising these days because I don't tend to read fiction like this all that often anymore. If I'm going to go for general fiction, I'm more likely to go for a classic. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, and I've just given up on trying to be like have feelings about it. Like everybody's so different. You do you, boo. Okay, good. We got wine. Glad to be a distraction. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's just all subjective. That's kind of how I feel. Like, it's just who even knows. Yeah, write-ins never make the finals. Yeah. Um, yeah, American. Can you believe that was even in 2020, that whole thing? Man. Um, yeah, I do. If I like one of the authors or if I feel like I want one of the books to um like basically like if I feel like it's doing good in the world, if that book were to have whatever this award means for it, or for that author to have that. Uh, we don't even have time to get into this. There was a whole dust up about American Dirt. Dust up, dirt. See what I did there? Go do some Googling and you will get the full skinny there. I know a lot of people really liked Anxious People. My aunt actually texted me the other day and told me that I should read that. So that is another one I have on my TBR. We haven't gotten to romance yet, so let's see how that goes. Okay, so I'm going to vote for Such a Fun Age in this category. Moving on to mystery thriller. This is always exciting because so often I feel like the books on this in this category are not actually mysteries or thrillers, but let's see. Oh, okay. Even just seeing this, okay. There's some ones that I can get down with here. Okay, we've got Long Bright River by Liz Moore, The Wives by Taryn Fisher, and Now She's Gone by Rachel Housel Hall, The Searcher by Tana French, The Guest List by Lucy Foley, which I've read, When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole, which I have read, One by One by Ruth Ware, which I have read, You Are Not Alone by Greer Hendrickson, Sarah Kanan? Pekkanen. The Boy from the Woods by Harlan Coben. Unspeakable Things by Jess Lowry. Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I just read that. The Devil and the Dark Water by Stuart Turton. Oh, I should make sure I'm actually on hold for that. I just remember. I need to get online for that at the library. Okay. Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby, Winter Counts by David Heska and Juan Bali Winden, and The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. Okay, so I've read 4 of these, and I'm a little conflicted here, guys, because so of the 4 that I've read The Guest List by Lucy Foley, When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole, One by One by Ruth Ware, and Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I gave The Guest List 3 stars, Home Before Dark 3.5, When No One Is Watching 4, and One by One by Ruth Ware 4.5. So if we're going by my star rating, I should vote for One by One by Ruth Ware. However, I am tempted to vote for When No One Is Watching because I love Alyssa Cole so much, and I would like her to progress. So since this is the opening round, I'm actually going to vote for Alyssa Cole, even though in like my ultimate pick, I probably won't vote for that one since I didn't like it as much as One by One, but I want to make sure she moves forward. So I'm going to use my vote to move her forward because Alyssa Cole is a queen, and that was a great book. It was her debut thriller, and I had some, I think it should have been marketed as horror. I think it's actually a horror novel, and it's not quite a thriller. So that's just my own take. But anyway, I wanted to move forward, so I voted for that. Let's see here. Oh man, okay. You guys are making me nervous about the romance section. Oh my gosh. Things that happened in like January or February, even March of this year, just honestly feel like it was 5 years ago. So who knows? Okay, best historical fiction. So here is where I'm going to guess that I'm going to have less of an opinion because I don't think I've read these. Oh, well, I may have a guilt vote because I have a book, an arc I keep meaning to get to, and actually I'm planning on reading this month. So, okay, so best historical fiction is The Henna Artist by Alika Joshi. The Jane Austen Society by Natalie Jenner, which I really do want to read, but I got it in the middle of when I was first sick and it just hasn't happened. But I'm going to vote for that one, I think, probably. Deacon King Kong by James McBride, The Book of Lost Friends by Lisa Wingate, The Pull of the Stars by Emma Donoghue, The Evening and the Morning by Ken Follett, A Long Petal of the Sea by Isabel Allende. Oh, Isabella Allende, yeah. The Book of Longings by Sue Monk Kidd, The Mirror and the Light by Hilary Mantel. What are you doing, kitty cats? Sorry. They're always trouble. Okay. Where the Lost Wonder by Amy Harmon, Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell, The Night Watchman by Louise Erdrich. They are picking terrible fonts. Anyway, okay. Magic Lessons by Alice Hoffman, The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. So I am going to vote for the Jane Austen Society because out of guilt, basically, and because by the time it's time to vote again, I am hopeful that I will have read it and can more confidently vote for it. So that's what I'm going to pick for best historical fiction. Okay. I loved When No One Was Watching. Yeah, that's the thing. I found it like genuinely quite scary, and I think that it's paced like a horror novel. I wish that it had been marketed as horror. That's my only thing. Video. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. That I also had this feeling when I was reading Nothing Is Wrong and Here's Why by Alexander Petrie. There were so many things in that book that I'm like, oh my God, I forgot that even happened. So it's a crazy time to be alive, guys. Okay, moving on to fantasy. Okay, cool. I've read several of these, so this will be a real but okay, my vote is clear. Just scanning through this. But okay, I've read several of these, so I have some real thoughts. So first is The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin, which I have read. The Empress of Salt and Fortune by the author's name is cut off, so I'm not sure. The Burning God by R.F. Kuang, which I have read. But The Burning God is not even out yet, right? I mean, I've read it because I had an ARC. Okay. Okay. Um, Piranesi by Susanna Clark, A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik, The Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty, Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse, which I have read. It's my favorite book of the year, so that's clearly what I'm going to vote for. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, Peace Talks by Jim Butcher, The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune, which was an absolute delight, Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas, The Girl in the Stars by Mark Lawrence, which I still have not yet read, but I do have, The Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Haro, The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart, and Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. This is so easy because, like I said, Black Sun is my favorite book of the year. So, like, I'm voting for it in whatever category it's in. Let's see here. It's not, yeah, I would say it's not body horror. It's more like Get Out kind of horror. It reminds me a lot of Get Out. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, some of them are not out. That's so bizarre. Okay. And Rhythm of War, exactly. That's what I was just thinking. Like, Sanderson is in this category, so it's obvious he's going to win just because of all the Sanderson fanboys, but it's not even out either. That's bizarre. Okay. Okay, that's really weird. I mean, I agree with adding The Burning God because it is fantastic and it's the best of the three, but like, it's not out yet. That's so weird. Okay. Okay, we'll just keep going. So next is romance, which you guys have been teasing me for. So let's see how I do. Oh, well, I already see that my favorite romance of the year, at least so far, is in here. So this is, again, pretty easy for me, but okay. You Had Me at Ola by Alexis Daria, which I read and very much enjoyed. In a Holidays by Christina Lauren, which I didn't read because it didn't appeal to me. Beach Read by Emily Henry, read and loved. A Rogue of One's Own by Evie Dunmore, Party of Two from Jasmine Guillory, From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout, One to Watch by Kate Stayman London, Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert, which is my favorite romance of the year, so that's what I'm going to vote for. Something to Talk About by Meryl Wilsner, Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall, The Happily Ever After Playlist by Abby Jimenez, Regretting You by Colleen Hoover, The Switch by Beth O'Leary, The Two Lives of Lydia Bird by Josie Silver, and In 5 Years by Rebecca Stirrell. Guys, I gotta say, you guys made me worried. I would say some of these are a little iffy to me. Like, there's definitely some books of these that I would think are more on the chick lit end of things than really a romance. But none of these I think are egregious. I actually think that this is a much better list than last year's. Does anybody remember last year's? I remember last year thinking like half of these I've like never even heard of, and I read a lot of romance, so I don't know. So I mean, this one's easy for me. Take a Hint, Danny Brown, with joy. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, November 17th. Anyway, okay. Whatever. Spoiler alert, I think that's a great write-in. That's another of my favorites of the year. Yes. Okay, I don't think you'll be well, I mean, get your hanky out. It's a lot, but it's really good. Yep. Let's see. Listen, lots of people are doing that. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, like, again, I gave Burning God very high. I think The Burning God does have very high ratings right now because people are liking it who are reading it early, but I don't know. Oh, Olivia Waite, snaps for her. Hello. Yeah, we'll see if spoiler alert comes on here. I mean, all three of those authors are pretty, I'm not going to say obscure, but I wouldn't say that those are like dominant voices in romance, so I'm not surprised to see them not on here, right? I mean, like, it's again, this is somewhat a popularity thing. So I'm not going to expect like super obscure picks here. Yeah, I mean, chick lit, I think definitely gets folded in here. I think that this is better though than last year. Am I wrong? I feel like last year there was a lot more chick lit and a lot more ones that I was like, I've never even heard of this person, and I read a lot of romance, so I don't know. I guess everybody's got their own measure of what they think is good. I cannot. I'm sorry. I've not heard of that one. Okay, on to science fiction. Now, if you guys will remember, I just finished a project where I was reading the 2019 nominees. So I will be curious to see this. Oh, okay. Well, I've only read a couple of these and I liked both of them, but I have a clear preference. Okay. So we've got Agency by William Gibson, The New Wilderness by Diane Cook, Axioms In by Lindsay Ellis, who I adore, but I have not read that book because the synopsis didn't really call to me. So I don't know. But I love her. I'd be happy to see her win. The Mother Code by Carol Stevers, The End of October by Lawrence Wright, The Space Between Worlds by Micaiah Johnson, To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini, The Book of Kali by M.R. Carey, Harrow the Ninth by Tamsin Muir, Riot Baby by Tochi Onyebuchi, which I read and gave, I think, 3.5 stars to. I like that one. The Last Improx by John Scalzi, Hinch by Natalie Zena Walshot, Network Effect by Martha Wells, which I gave 4.5 stars to, and his Murderbot, so clearly that's what I'm going to vote for. The Vanished Birds by Simone Jimenez, and The Hidden Girl by Ken Liu. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to vote for Network Effect because #cuz Murderbot. So that one's a pretty easy vote for me too. So there we go. Next up is horror. Let's see here. Okay, another write-in in romance. Murderbot, yes! This is the good church of Murderbot here in the chat. Yes. Okay, so then we've got best horror. Let's see if I've read any of these. I may not have read any of these. Oh, I have read one. Okay, I have one to vote for. Okay, The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones, which is on my TBR, but I have not yet read. The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson, again, one kind of on my radar, but I've not read it yet. The Hollow Ones by Guillermo del Toro and Chuck Hogan. The Brightlands by John Fromm. Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay. Lakewood by Megan, I think it says Giddings. Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, which is another book I would like to read. Devolution by Max Brooks. If It Bleeds by Stephen King. Okay, there's a Stephen King, so we know that one's going to win, but whatever, I'll still vote. Mallory by Josh Mallerman. Tender is the Flesh by... Oh, I think that's a weird way to have the author. Augustina Bazrateka. Plain Bad Heroines by Emily M. Danforth. The Loop by Jeremy Robert Johnson. The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix, which is what I will vote for because I read and very much enjoyed that book. And The Hollow Places by T. Kingfisher. Okay, I feel like that's a pretty good list. Honestly better than some of the lists I've seen the last few years in this category. These all, I think, based on what I know of them, are actually horror, so that's always a good starting place. It's actually the right genre. So I'm going to vote for the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Yes. Yes, I've heard great things about that. And yeah, I've heard good things about Mexican Gothic too. Yeah, that's a good point. There's kind of always a Stephen King to come in and spoil the category for everyone else. It's quite annoying, I think. Yeah, I'm going to try more from Grady Hendrix. I really did like that book. Okay, so then now we are in... Oh, I've read one of these. Okay, this is exciting. We're in humor. And I often have not read any of the ones in humor, but this year I have. Okay, first is The Office, The Untold Story of the Greatest Sitcom of the 2000s by Andy Green. Trixie and Katya's Guide to Modern Womanhood, which is what I will be voting for because I love them both and because I've read that book. This is Major by Shayla Lawson. Strange Planet by Nathan W. Pyle. Fuck Your Diet and Other Things. My Thighs Tell Me by Chloe Hillard. Is This Anything by Jerry Seinfeld. Born to be Public by Greg Mania. A Very Punchable Face by Colin Joyce. That is accurate. The new one by Mike Birbiglia. Overstated by Colin Quinn. Solutions and Other Problems by Ali Brosh. Becoming Duchess by somebody Goldblatt. God Level Knowledge Darts, Life Lessons from the Bronx by Jesus and Marrow. Wow, No Thank You by Samantha Irby, and You're Doing Great by Tom Papa. So I will definitely be voting for Trixie and Katya's Guide to Modern Womanhood, not because I thought it was mind-blowing, but because I love them and because I've read it. There we go. Let's see. That was humor. I just did horror, yeah, and then humor. So I explained this at the top. I do vote in categories where I haven't read if I have feelings about the author or the book based on what I know about them, especially in these opening rounds of like books that I would like to see progress. I know not everybody will agree with that, but we all get to do what we want. It's just the Goodreads Awards. So like, it's honestly, come on guys, it's not that serious. Let's see here. Well, I hear you, but that was like, for me, that was part of what the book was doing. I hear you if you didn't want to get into that, but I think that was purposeful. So I rolled with it because that was the thematic content. I don't know Nathan Pyle. Glad somebody else felt that way about the face. Okay, moving on to nonfiction. Let's see here. Okay, Here For It by R. Eric Thompson. Or How to Save Your Soul in America. Huh, okay. I've not heard of that one. Tightrope, Americans Reaching for Hope by Nicholas D. Kristof and Cheryl Wooden. Buy Yourself the Fucking Lilies by Tara Schuster. Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall. Big Friendship, How We Keep Each Other Close by, I cannot read this tiny font, guys, by two authors whose font I can't read. We Keep the Dead Close by Becky Cooper. That's on my TBR. You're Not Listening, What You're Missing and Why It Matters by Kate Murphy. Hidden Valley Road, Inside the Mind of an American Family by Robert Kokler. Get Out of Your Head by Jenny Allen. Stamped by Jason Reynolds and Ibrahim X. Kendi. Don't Overthink It by Anne Bogle. Minor Feelings, An Asian American Reckoning by Kathy Park Hong. Rage by Bob Woodward. Me and White Supremacy by Layla F. Saad. And Why We Can't Sleep by Ada Calhoun. Okay, that's interesting. That's actually got some books on here I wouldn't have predicted. Huh. I'm wondering if maybe in some of the other nonfiction categories I'll see some of the books I thought might be in here. Okay, so I have not read any of these. Two are on my TBR, Hood Feminism and Mickey Kendall. And then Stamped is a version of one of my all-time favorite nonfiction works. I'm surprised that I guess they don't have a YA nonfiction section. Okay, that's why Stamped is in here. Okay, so I guess this is a situation where I'm thinking about which of these would I like to progress onwards. And, you know, I think I'm going to go with Stamped just because I love the original so much. I would like to see its derivative work progress. So that's how I'll figure that one out. Okay, so that was just general nonfiction, I guess. And then next is best memoir and autobiography. I don't tend to read a lot in this category these days. I used to read a lot of memoir, but not as much these days. Okay, I've read one of these. So I guess I've read at least one. When Time Stopped by Ariana Newman. Everything Beautiful in Its Time by Jenna Bush Hager. Barack, let's see, A Promised Land by Barack Obama, which again, is that out? I don't think that that's actually out yet. Hmm. Okay. Conditional Citizens by Layla Lalami, I think is maybe how you say that name. Nobody Will Tell You This But Me by Bess Kalb. Hollywood Park by Mikel Gillette. Notes on a Silencing by Lacey Crawford. Too Much and Never Enough by Mary L. Trump. The Beauty and Breaking by Michelle Harper. Untamed by Glennon Doyle, which I have read, so I guess I could vote for that. Open Book by Jessica Simpson. The Meaning of Mariah Carey by Mariah Carey. Literally text I can't read, so I'm not going to vote for it. I don't even know. Okay, wait. Let me try. Uncanny Valley, a memoir by Anna Wiener. Okay, cover designers, I beg you. We're living in a digital age. Like, you gotta make the titles legible on a small screen. What are you doing? Come on. Okay, sorry. Side note. All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. The Adventurer's Son by Roman Dial. Okay, I have read Untamed by Glennon Doyle. I thought it was only just okay. Like, I gave it 3 stars. So do I want to see it progress? I mean, I guess. I don't really have strong feelings about this category. I guess I'll vote for it just since I've read it. I may not vote in the final because none of these really spoke to me. Okay. So next we've got Best History and Biography, and just scanning through here, I've read 2 of these. Actually, one of them I literally finished today. It's probably the one I'll vote for. But this is where Stamp should have gone, I think. I'm a little surprised it was in the other category. But yeah, most of these seem pretty okay. Sorry, I'll stop commentating and I'll start getting to it. Oh, wait, let me catch up with comments. Sorry. Me and White Supremacy feels like it's in the wrong category. I guess that could have gone in Memoir, maybe. I don't know. I've not read that one, so I'm not sure. Yes, I'm very excited to get to Hood Feminism. I think I'm going to love it. It just hasn't happened yet. Hello. I have. I loved it. I think I did a whole video about that at some point when I was doing Project Poirot. Oh, good to know. Snaps for Jessica Simpson. Yeah, I've heard great things about it. Okay, good. Another one that comes. So November 17th is a big day for the Goodreads Choice Awards. So, 2 weeks from now. She looks fierce on that cover. She serves it. We are now on History and Biography. Notes on a Silencing for the Memoir category. Good to know. Always appreciate an endorsement. Okay, so in the History and Biography category, we've got The Splendid and the Vile by Eric Larson, who's an author I very much enjoy, but I haven't read that particular one. His Truth is Marching On, John Lewis and the Power of Hope by John Meacham. I did not realize that he had a book out about John Lewis this year, but that is lovely. Begin Again, James Baldwin's America and Its Urgent Lessons for Our Own. Ooh, okay, that sounds really good. I'm getting recommendations from this category. Fight of the Century, a subtitle I can't read, so I don't know what it's about, but it's by Michael Chabon and Iletta Waldman. 999, The Extraordinary Young Women of the First Official Jewish Transport to Auschwitz. Ooh. Heather Dune McDam, I think, is the author. Agent Sonia by Ben McIntyre. A Black Women's History of the United States, which I have read. And that's by Dana Ramey Berry and Kali Nicole Gross. The Address Book, What Street Addresses Reveal About Identity, Race, Wealth, and Power by Deirdre Mask. And this is one that I've been wanting to read. You Never Forget Your First, a biography of George Washington by Alexis Coe. Overground Railroad, The Green Book and the Roots of Black Travel in America by Candace C. Taylor. Caste, The Origins of Our Discontent by Isabel Wilkerson, which is one I finished today, and I think the one I'll vote for. The Lincoln Conspiracy by Brad Meltzger and John Minch. Wandering in Strange Lands, A Daughter of the Great Migration Reclaims Her Roots by Morgan Jenkins. Countdown 1945, The Extraordinary Story of the Atomic Bomb, and The 116 Days That Changed the World by Chris Wallace, and The House of Kennedy by James Patterson and Cynthia Fagan. So yeah, the two I've read are Black Women's History of the United States and Caste, and both of them were really good. I think just in terms of like a book I think will end up being one referenced going forward in the literature more, I'm gonna say Caste. So that's what I will cast my vote for. Dad joke. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna vote for, but this actually, like, there's a few of these I want to read. Either I've already heard about them or they sound really good now that I've read the subtitles. So yeah, I guess giving me some recommendations here. Okay, marching on to best science and technology. Let's see if I have read any of these. I don't think I have. So, and I actually don't think I have strong feelings about any of these, so I may not vote in this category, but okay. No Filter, The Inside Story of Instagram. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Okay, by Sarah Fryer. Another recommendation for me. How to Argue with a Racist, What Our Genes Do and Don't Say About Human Difference by Adam Rutherford. The Future We Choose, Surviving the Climate Crisis by Christina Figueres and Tom Revitt-Carnock. That Wild Country, An Epic Journey Through the Past, Present, and Future of America's Public Lands by Mark Kenyon. Vesper Flights by Helen MacDonald. The Book of Eels by Patrick Svensson. Until the End of Time by Brian Greene. Why We Swim by Bonnie Tsu. The Story of More, How We Got to Climate Change and Where to Go From Here by Hope Jahren. Breathe, The New Science of a Lost Art by James Nestor. The Next Great Migration, The Beauty and Terror of Life on the Move by Sonia Shah. A Life on Our Planet, My Witness Statement and a Vision for the Future by David Attenborough. Okay, I may vote for it just because I love David Attenborough. I may vote for that. The End of Everything, Astrophysically Speaking by Katie Mack. Why Fish Don't Exist by Lulu Miller. And Entangled Life, How Fungi May... Oh, nope, I'm not even going to finish. That is like literally... Oh, I'm so grossed out by that topic, so I'm just not even going to finish it. The cover freaks me out. Okay. Let's see. Oh, glad you guys like my terrible dad jokes. Hello there. Yeah, I tried to get into H's for Hawk and it wasn't my deal, but like objectively the writing was lovely. I can see why people would enjoy it. Yeah. Yep, lots of recommendations from this actually. So I wasn't going to vote, but I do just love David Attenborough. So I think just, you know, in solidarity for all of the lovely hours of narration he has provided to my life, I'm going to vote for that one. Okay, I don't think I'm going to vote in this category. The best food and cookbooks. I just don't keep up with cookbooks. So I'm just even scrolling through here real quick. I don't even think we're going to talk about this because I'm not going to vote in it because I don't care. Yeah. I mean, Ina Gardner, sure. Okay. I'm just going to vote for Ina Gardner because why not? I do think of, I guess when I'm thinking of best books of the year, I guess I'm just not thinking of cookbooks. I don't know. Am I being elitist? Am I wrong? That's just me. Okay, best graphic novels and comics. Oh, okay. I've not read any of these yet. Excuse me. Oh, sorry guys. I'm so tired these days. Gotta love it. But I am gonna vote because I do feel strongly about one of these authors when I'm looking at this. Yes, I can't deal with that topic. It literally makes me feel like it's like on me. I hate it. I hate it so much. Okay. Yeah, Ina, why not? She makes a delicious bruschetta. Oh, good to know. Yeah, I don't know why she has everyone has a cookbook. I don't know. I mean, I guess you can. I don't know. I mean, like, I guess I could get it if it was like more food writing, but an actual cookbook, I don't know. Because then wouldn't you also have to like make a number of the recipes to know if it was good? I don't know. Okay, let's get into graphic novels. So the nominees are The Times I Knew I Was Gay by Eleanor Cruz. I love that title, and maybe I'm going to have to read that just for the title. That is delightful. The Sacrifice of Darkness by Roxane Gay and Tracy Lynn Oliver. This is what I think I'm probably going to vote for because I think it's on my TBR, and it's Roxane Gay, who is one of my favorite authors ever. So probably will vote for that. Sapiens, The Birth of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari. The Low Low Woods by Carmen Maria Machado. The Teen Titans Beast Boy by Cami Garcia. Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Interesting. Dancing at the Pity Party by Tyler Fetter. I feel so old trying to read these tiny fonts. Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. The Fire Never Goes Out by Noelle Stevenson. I Will Judge You by Your Bookshelf by Grant Snyder. I will too. I'm with you, Grant. Almost American Girl by Robin Ha. Harleen by, I have no idea. Check Please by, is there an author on this one? Oh, Nuzi Yuzaku. A Basket Full of Heads by Joe Hill, and Fangs by Sarah Anderson. So, since I actually probably tomorrow I'm going to order the Roxane Gay one. I'm just going to go ahead and send it forward because I want to see it progress, but we'll see. Okay, people like Fangs. Good to know. Okay, good to know. Got a lot of Fangs love here in the chat. Okay, next is poetry, which I have definitely not read any of this year. Let me just quickly scroll through to see if I know any of these authors. Excuse you. Hey, knock it off. Sorry. Pause for kitty cat destruction in progress that I have to, you know, abort. I don't know why you have to be so silly. Yeah. Hey. Come here. Okay, sorry. Okay. So what was I doing? Oh, I was going to see if I'd even heard of any of these poets. I guess Margaret Atwood, I guess. Oh, I do really like Billy Collins as a poet, so maybe I'll just send him through just out of enjoyment of his past work. Natalie Diaz is also good. Okay. You know what? Just because I like Natalie Diaz, I'm just gonna send her, give a shout out to her, even though I've not read that collection. Yeah, is that right? Okay. Sure, why not? Let's see here. Okay, we got an endorsement for Check Please. Good to know. Oh, I can't. Well, can you see? Let me. Hi. Do you want to say hi? Yeah. Cats do not let themselves be picked up, so that's not an option. But he's hanging out in here. Yes, he has very strong feelings about Roxane Gay too. He thinks that she is one of the seminal voices of her generation, so he definitely is showing some solidarity here. Kitty. Yeah. Are you the handsomest boy in the entire world? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes, he is cute. Oh, Soxy says hi. Okay. Okay, now we're at Best Debut Novel. Just looking through here real quick. Okay. Um, so the options or the nominees are Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas, Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed, The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson, The Jane Austen Society by Natalie Jenner, One to Watch by Kate Stayman London, My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell, Valentine by Elizabeth Wetmore, Luster by Raven Leilani, The Henna Artist by Alka Joshi, The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart, The Girl with the Louding Voice by Abby Dare, Real Life by Brandon Taylor, Winter Counts by David Heska, and Wanbali Waden, A Burning by Megha Majumdar. Majumdar. Sorry, guys, I'm tired. How much of these hills is gold by C. Pan Zhang. So I've not read any of these. I'm gonna pick Such a Fun Age again, just because, again, sort of out of solidarity for the reading rush situation. Let's send it. Let's send her through. At least in this opening round. Why not? Yes, kitty kitties. They're the cutest. Okay. So next we have Best Young Adult Fiction, and I have read. Oh, I'm conflicted, guys. I've only read one of these and I did not enjoy it, but I've got two on my TBR, both of which I think I'm going to love. So let's get into this. Okay. The Henna Wars by the font is so small. Abha, I can't read this last name. I'm so sorry. Please, please, novel people who are doing the cover designs, please make your fonts more legible. I'm old and I can't read. Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson, which I've heard is great. Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. I've read something else from her, but I haven't read this one. Tweet Cute by Emma Lord. I think I didn't hear great things about that one, but I may be wrong. You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson, which I've heard is fantastic. The Hand on the Wall by Maureen Johnson, I have read and did not enjoy. So, okay. Felix Ever After by Kaysen Callender. One of Us Is Next by Karen M. McManus. Majesty by Catherine McGee. The Gravity of Us by Phil Stamper. One Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez. The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which she wrote my all-time favorite YA mystery series. So I will probably vote for this one because I'm pretty sure I'm going to love this book, and I just love her, so I want good things for her. Punching the Air by Ibi Zaboy and Yusuf Salam. Yes, No, Maybe So by Becky Albertalli and Aisha Saeed. And A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, which is on my TBR and I think I will love, but I haven't yet read. So I have read The Hand on the Wall, but I did not like it. So I don't really think I should vote for it. I should say that. I didn't hate it, but I just didn't like it as the ending for that series. So yeah. So I don't feel like I'm going to vote for that, but I just as because I love the author and because I think by the time we get to the final voting rounds, I will have actually read this book, I'm going to pick The Inheritance Games, I think. Okay. Okay, good endorsement there. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sweetie. Come on. I know, life is hard today. Try to your it's icky from right from the beginning. Good to know. Very true. Let's see here. Oh, that's a good point. Why are you being so logical? Okay, good to know. Yeah, I would love that. And we'll see. I don't know who's in charge of deciding the categories. Sometimes they seem kind of arbitrary to me, but whatever. Um, yeah, I did not love Hand on the Wall. It was only okay. So, okay, so that was sort of, I think, like basically contemporary. So then let's move on to YA, fantasy, and sci-fi. Um, okay, I have not read any of these yet. So I may do a I like this author pick just to spice life up. So first is Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi, which I heard was not good. Even people who loved that first book did not enjoy this second one, it seemed like, but who knows. The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu, Fable by Adrienne Young, All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace, Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. So I assume that will win. Oh, well, wait. Okay. No, there's a lot of different competing stands. So actually, who knows who will prevail here? Because the next one is The Battle of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. Then you have Girl, Serpent, Thorn by Melissa uh, Bashar Dosh. Legendborn by Tracy Dion. Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Bayron. Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. And A Song of Wraith and Ruin by, let's hover. Thank you for that pro tip. Roseanne A. Brown. So the only one of these books that is actually like actively on my TBR is A Song of Wraiths and Ruins, so I'm gonna pick that. But I'll be interested to see who prevails between the Brandon Sanderson stands, the Hunger Games stands, the Cassandra Clare stands, and the Twilight stands. Like, who, you guys can tell me who you think will win. If I had to guess who will prevail, I'm sorry to say I think it would be Twilight would be my guess of the one that would prevail over those four fandoms. But I don't know. You guys can tell me who you think who will prevail, who will be the victor. I'm voting for A Song of Wraith and Ruin just because that is on my TBR. Yeah. Yeah, I think that Midnight Sun has just been everywhere this year. So that's my guess of what will win. Yeah, I think that's probably true. Yeah, I think it will. That's my guess. I hope not, but well, maybe. Maybe. Okay. We're almost done, guys. So then we're going to middle grade and children's fiction. Yay! The one that I was hoping would be in here is, and that's what I'm going to vote for. Okay. So actually, there's a few of these I've been interested in reading. I'm really trying to get more into middle grade. I think that's going to be one of my 2021 goals. 'Cause it's so relaxing. It's such a nice, like, just warm hug of a sub of like an age group. It's just filled with lovely books about friends and family. It's wonderful. Anyway, We Dream of Space by Erin Entrada Kelly. Arusha and the Tree of Wishes by Roshani Chakshi. That is one of the series I'm interested in getting into. King and the Dragonflies by Kason Calendar. Before the Ever After by Jacqueline Woodson. The List of Things That Will Not Change by Rebecca Stead, who actually wrote a fantastic book called When You Reach Me. I didn't know she was still writing. Hollowpox, The Hunt for Morrigan Crow, which like just came out, so okay. Here in the Real World by Sarah Pennypacker. Love that last name. The One and Only Bob by Catherine Applegate. Race to the Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse, which is what I'm going to vote for. From the Desk of Zoe Washington by Hover. Thank you. Janae Marks. Ghost Squad by Clarabelle A. Ortega, which I've also heard great things about. School of Good and Evil, One True King by Shoman Chainani. The Tries of Apollo by Rick Riordan, this is the Tower of Nero, which is book number 5 in this series. Clean Getaway by Nick Stone, and Ollie Cross by James Patterson. So I'm going to vote for Race to the Sun because I thought that was an absolutely lovely delight of a book. And also Rebecca Runhorse is wonderful. I don't know. I saw a lot of people who like that new Twilight book. I think you're right about I saw 50-50 on Hunger Games. Some people seem to really love it and other people hated it. Yeah, the Sanderson stands do not come to mess around. They come to win. So who knows? Oh, good. I'm glad to hear you liked it. I've heard good things about it. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, the last category is picture books, which I doubt I'm going to have any strong feelings about any of these. Oh, wait, Ibrahim X. Kendi did have, okay, that's what I'll vote for. I don't know anything about any of these other ones, but Ibrahim X. Kendi did have a picture book that I happily thumbed through at Target the other day and enjoyed, and that is Anti-Racist Baby by Ibrahim X. Kendi, and the illustrator is Ashley Luka Shvetsky? Luka Shvetsky, maybe? That's how you say that? So I will vote for that. Because I've at least looked through it. And I love that author. Okay, so is that all the categories? Yeah, that's it. We did it. As you can see, a highly precise, very scientific approach I take to this extremely serious voting process for the Goodreads Choice Awards. Yeah, you can tell I love it. So, yeah. I hope that was interesting, at least a little bit. People vote without reading any of the books, though. A book doesn't need to be good to win. They just need to know the name. Yeah, I was talking about that at the beginning. It's not really a best of. It's just like a popularity thing. So that's why I don't really take it that seriously. And people talk about it as having no utility. I do think it is interesting to get a kind of pulse check on what the subgroup of readers in the world who are interested enough in books to be on Goodreads think is popular. Does that make sense? Like people who care enough about books to have a Goodreads account at all and vote. To me, that's basically what this is it's like taking a temperature check of what is popular with that subgroup of people / what big books have gotten put, like really it's kind of a test of the saturation level of the marketing from publishers to readers, because that's how books become popular or at least have some level of name recognition. Is that either enough organic buzz has built up, or with something like American Dirt, so much money has been put behind a book, people know what that book is. So I don't really I would be happy for any of the authors I like to win, because, it's something else they can put in their query letters to say that they've won it. Or like they can put it on their whatever, like their CVs. But I don't take it too seriously. Yeah, and like you guys saw, there was, especially in the non-fiction category, there was a few books in there that I hadn't heard of, that I will be tiptoeing over to my library to see if they have it in audio or script or something like that. Yeah, I need to actually look it up while I'm thinking about it. Oh, yay, I do have it. Okay. Okay, guys. Well, if you've been watching, you know that I get super tired these days really easily, and I'm pretty wiped just from that, which is a sad state of affairs. But after a day of work, that's about all it takes to take the wind out of my sails. So appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Hope you guys enjoyed a no election free zone in terms of not having to poll watch or election watch. You know, que sera, sera. Hope you guys sleep well, and we will, get through this. So Have a great evening. Thank you guys. Okay. Bye bye.